Scientists in the Netherlands have taught bees to smell the coronavirus. They can identify a case within seconds. It could be a low-tech solution for identifying COVID-19 cases.
Here's a summary of the article.
Scientists in the Netherlands have trained bees to identify COVID-19 through their sense of smell, according to a press release from Wageningen University. The scientists trained the bees by giving them a treat, a sugar water solution, every time they were exposed to the scent of a mink infected with COVID-19. Each time the bees were exposed to a non-infected sample, they wouldn't get a reward. Eventually, the bees could identify an infected sample within a few seconds, and would then stick out their tongues like clockwork to collect the sugar water. Bees aren't the first animals to detect COVID-19 by scent. A small German study found that dogs could identify positive COVID-19 samples 94% of the time. Wageningen scientists are working on a prototype of a machine that could automatically train multiple bees at once, then uses their skills to test for coronavirus aerosols in the surrounding environment.
This post received a score of 52,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I guess technically this is low-tech, but I feel like that glosses over the challenge of training fucking bees to smell coronavirus on a widely reproducible basis.
While teaching bees to detect the virus is very impressive, the real hard part is teaching them to bark as an alert when they do detect it.
And then there's the paperwork.
OMG, always with the paperwork. These fucking bees.
It is a common misconception that they are busy bees. They're actually kinda lazy like the rest of us.
Being lazy and being a bureaucrat aren't mutually exclusive.
They show up late and also leave early.
Of course, it doesn't make sense to be late twice.
Lol, 12 people shuffle into the testing room for COVID. The doctors leave the room. The doors automatically lock behind them. An ominous voice comes over the speakers, release the bees. Vents spring open and an ominous buzzing sound emanates from them.
Writing prompts.
Is this, vaccinate or you will be stung?
Greater than every time the bees were exposed to an infected sample, they stuck out their tongues.
Well, that's freaking adorable.
I mean, it makes sense, but I never really thought of a bee tongue before.
OMG, it's a bee blep pleading face.
Bees.
Gob's not on board.
We'll see who brings in more honey.
They don't allow you to have bees in here.
What's this? A novel virus with obstacles hindering the ability to detect it? A large influx of bees ought to fix that.
Arg. The situation has gotten exponentially worse with the addition of yet more bees.
Later that very same bee.
No, not the bees, eh?
Oh no, my eyes. My eyes are.
For the uninitiated,
you probably posted the worst version. Low resolution, huge black bars and 5 minutes of clips that are not the bee scene.
Man, bees are awesome. Makes me sad I was so hostile to the little dudes when I was a child.
Wasps have a lot to answer for.
Well, yeah, but even as a child I recognized that bees were mostly harmless because I chased them. I have always steered clear of wasps. Carpenter bees are my favorites, even though they damage wood structures. I used to have one that would greet me every day when I got home from work. It would just hover in front of my face for a moment and then go on about its business.
Goddamn carpenter bees. Every year in early summer for 1 week, carpenter bees descend upon my wooden privacy fence. They do their thing in all the nooks and crannies, and I'm helpless to stop them. My only recourse would be to saturate hundreds of feet of wood fence in poison, and that isn't exactly a good solution for like 10 reasons. If they weren't fucking up my fence I wouldn't care that they're around. They're so big and gumpy, and I swear as they slowly pass by me, they take off their hat and say, "Afternoon, Mac," and continue on their way.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.